What's going on, YouTube? JT Jaborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Justice League Unlimited issue number 18. This one is written by Mark Waid, and the artist this time around is Clayton Henry. And basically, this is the aftermath part 2 of the DC KO event, and the heroes realize that there's more threats on the way, and good versus evil. No, it's more about like kind of survival. So they're granting amnesty to a bunch of supervillains that have previously caused a lot of harm within the DC world. But, you know, some of the leaguers are against it, but they kind of overruled in certain favors. But they're going to be under really close guidelines, which doesn't seem like the smartest of ideas, but they're just thinking of like the bigger picture of like worse things to come, and that's why they're doing something like this. Artwork by Clayton Henry is really good, and also, like, some of the people who've had kind of misdeeds in the past, like Plastic Man's like, yeah, if I didn't really, like, have this light of change and prove myself, then I would have never really gotten better without that second chance. But, yeah, some heroes are kind of granted, like, somebody to kind of watch over them. For instance, you have, like, Connor Hawke watching over, like, Giganta or whatever, and, you know, other characters watching over other ones as well. And you also have some of the heroes going into the past to try and find Superman. Lex Luthor is involved in something. Now, keep in mind, the League is trying to keep this a secret from, like, everyone else by granting amnesty to these villains, even though I don't think they have the legal authority to do so. But they're trying to give them a chance under, like, close supervision. But Lex Luthor kind of lets it slip by broadcasting it to the rest of the world about the fact that he is, you know, working with the Justice League in this regards, when it was supposed to be kind of kept under wraps from the public. But Lex kind of broadcasted it to everybody, and now you're going to kind of deal with some of the consequences of something like that. So I thought it was a pretty enjoyable issue. I thought the artwork was solid from start to finish. Lex Luthor has probably my favorite moment in the entire comic book, and I have a superpower too. It's called money. Definitely, genuinely, anytime some of these people can mention the fact that like Batman or Lex Luthor can mention their richness to kind of solve a problem. Like, you had this one guy who was taking like tech from the future, but instead of like fighting for it, Lex Luthor just buys it and like, okay, I solved it. Money is one of my superpowers. I'm like, that's great. That's like an egotistical asshole like kind of way, but it also does solve the problem with Lex Luthor doing that thing. So his PR is working overtime, and now that he's kind of revealed and broadcast to the rest of the world that, yo, the League is granting amnesty to us, like it's part of a program for rehabilitation, which is supposed to be kept under wraps from the public, but now it's kind of being exposed. So yeah, he's granted that stuff, but Lex is kind of letting them know in the process. So like he's still just, you know, a bit of that assholery from Lex Luthor's part, but he's having fun in the process too. So I like that aspect. Also, Guy Gardner was kind of like going on his own little mission, kind of keeping things like some of the, like maybe like League powers, something on wraps, given like the absolute power nonsense or whatever, something along the lines. He's also kind of flirting with Hawkgirl, and she also mentions unleashing the airlock button. So I don't know, it's kind of fun to see all these different characters kind of interacting, and of course Lex Luthor having the best moment in the entire comic book, where he's just like, I have a superpower, it's called money. I don't know, just the stuff like that always just kind of cracks me up. Even in the Justice League movie, where he had Affleck's Batman and Flash is like, what are your superpowers again? He's like, I'm rich. Great. That's a fantastic line right there, and it's funny and true at the same time too. Like, money solves a lot of things, and they say money doesn't solve problems. No, money can solve a lot of things. It's not the end all be all, obviously, but you know, it can be a very valuable asset in a lot of ways. So I don't know. I thought it was a pretty fun one. I like the stuff where, I mean, it seems like not the smartest idea to grant some, like, this amnesty program to a lot of villains, but, you know, some characters do change around for the better. That has been proven for a lot of DC characters in the past, present, and I'm sure the future, but they're under very close supervision. It'll probably backfire. I mean, you already have Lex Luthor kind of blowing the lid off with the whole thing, and he does so in his very own, like, Lex Luthor way, where it's like, oh yeah, look at the great PR I'm getting, but the Justice League are like, ah, shoot, now we can't keep this thing from the public now. And I'm sure that's going to have some sort of government like repercussions and all that too, but we shall see. It could lead to some fun storylines. But yeah, I'm enjoying this one. I enjoyed Superman. I enjoyed this one. Now we got one more book I'll be covering, and spoiler alert, I enjoyed that one too. So a good week for DC books. But anyways, what did you think of Justice League Unlimited issue number 18? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.